Come with me on Celebrity Eclipse on a tour around South America, and don't miss the end where we go through the good and the bad. So, as I mentioned, this was a bucket list item of ours. It was an 11-night cruise that we took, and it went from Buenos Aires all the way up to Montevideo. Then it went to Rio for 3 nights. We did the amazing Rio Carnival, and it was docked right in the middle of Rio for that time, so we could get on and off the ship. Then we went over to Búzios in Brazil, then Sao Paulo, and then back to Buenos Aires. And it was as amazing as you'd imagine it to be. It was a signature cruise that Celebrity did, and it was worth every penny. So we had a Aqua Class veranda stateroom on this ship. And if you know the levels of rooms within Celebrity, you'll know that the Aqua Class ones are at the top of the cabin list, just under suites. So one of the benefits you get of it is that you have exclusive access to the Blue restaurant on board. And as you can see in the video here, you can see that the room's fairly spaciously appointed. The colours are now, I'd say, fairly outdated. The ship hasn't been revolutionised yet due to the pandemic, but still very clean and presentable, and everything's well appointed. As you can see here, we've got quite a nice spacious room with a nice bed, and every day I think you get given canapes and some nice juices as part of the Aqua Class amenities. First up, let's take a look at the exterior. The Eclipse boasts a sleek design with distinctive white hull and blue accents. One of the standout features is the lawn club. It's a half acre of real grass where you can enjoy outdoor games, picnics, and even a glass of wine at the sunset bar at the back. The pool deck is another popular spot, with plenty of lounges, a large pool and whirlpools. And for those who want to enjoy a drink with a view, there are several outdoor bars, including the Mast Bar and the Sky Observation Lounge. Now, let's head inside. The Grand Foyer is a breathtaking space with a sweeping staircase and a stunning chandelier. The Martini Bar is a popular gathering spot with live music and expertly crafted cocktails. It was also my favourite space as well, actually. Definitely somewhere where you'd want to go after having a long day at port and somewhere to unwind. Blue restaurant as well, which is the one that we had access to. It's a much more intimate space. You don't have to queue as long as you would at the MDR. And there is also Lumine, which is the dedicated lounge and dining restaurant for suite guests. We didn't have access to that space, but Blue was more than adequate. Then in terms of the specialty restaurants, we actually made use of all of them. So you've got Murano, which is the fine dining restaurant on board, Tuscan Grill, which is the Italian-inspired steakhouse, and Cuisine, which is Le Petit Chef and the animated dining experience there. Then you've also got Ocean View Cafe, which is the buffet, and then you've got a few different places for casual eating throughout the day, like the Master. So just a few final thoughts about burgers and hot dogs and whatnot. So I love the Celebrity Eclipse. I love the size of it. I like the layout of it as well. But there were some things I think are good and some things that I think are bad. We've been on all 3 different ship types across Celebrity, so we've done the Millennium class, the Solstice class, and the Edge class. And I like this one, but I think first of all it needs renovation. So it's been going for a while now, and I think it's showing its age in certain areas, particularly in the rooms where they've not been updated, and during the pandemic the renovation program wasn't actually carried out on these ships. So that's the first thing. I love the lawn club. It's great. I think it's a really nice feature to have, and it's unique to these Celebrity ships. But I'd say that the glass blowing is something that I'm not particularly wild about. So the glass blowing is done right by the lawn club area. There's a section within it where they do that. On some of the other ships, like the Reflection, they have a lawn club grill up there. I think that would be a lot more popular for people. It's another venue, normally a specialty one that has an added cover charge. I think it'd be lovely on a nice day to sit outside in that area where it's normally quite quiet to have a drink. I like the nightclub on this ship. Some of the other ships are lacking in that area. I think it adds a bit of a different entertainment option if you wanted to do so on an evening. I think they do some silent karaoke nights there as well, which is quite a fun touch to have. I recall a few occasions where we went there. Just a bit different from the Royal Theatre and some of the other places to go. The retreat area, whilst we didn't purchase a retreat club room this time around, I believe on older ships the Michael's Club is there as a lounge space with Lumine as the restaurant for suite guests. I think the price of the cruises on this aren't really a lot different than the other ships, particularly the Edge class ones or the ones that have been renovated. I think you get quite an elevated experience in the retreat on the newer ships and the renovated ships. I think that's something that again will come with the renovation program. But I think if you are looking at booking a cruise on the Eclipse, it's probably worth just maybe keeping that in mind when it comes to actually the experience of the suites. It's not going to be directly comparable with that of a suite on one of those newer ships. Otherwise, I think that the ship is lovely. If you like what you've seen here, please do like and subscribe. Thank you.